So, like many people, I finished Sunrise on the Reaping a day after I got it, and I'm an audiobook person. I do want to buy the physical copy because I want to listen to it again as I read it. And as an aspiring writer, at least that's what I call myself. I want to see the words written down. So this video will contain spoilers for Sunrise on the Reaping. Spoilers, this is your time to scroll away if you have not completed this book, if you haven't gotten this book. Spoilers for Sunrise on the Reaping. Spoilers for So, Sunrise on the Reaping. What a sad book. This book was sad. Oh, so sad. So sad. Hey, Mitch. I get it. I understand. Keep drinking. Oh my gosh, stay wasted. It was so sad. It was so sad. So painful. What a painful backstory you have. Oh, it was gut-wrenching. Rips your heart out. Jesus. Suzanne. Horrific. Oh, I get it. Stay wasted. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, The Hunger Games is my favorite book to movie adaptation, besides like Lord of the Rings and all those things. Because I've read all the books and all the movies. They are so close to the original source material. It's just great. So Sunrise on the Reaping is a part of the Hunger Games universe. So Suzanne Collins wrote the trilogy, Hunger Games, that follows Katniss and Peeta, Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay. And then she wrote Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, right? That movie came out a couple of years ago. It had Rachel from Snow White and from West Side Story in it. Beautiful songs from that movie that are also written into the story. So it wasn't like, that one I have not read, though. I want to get that book and read it, but I heard it's extra creepy because it's about President Snow and you're inside his head in the book. So he's real wrong. He's real off. He's real creepy. It's very sinister. It's kind of makes, that story really quickly follows the 10th Hunger Games. The winner is Lucy Gray, and she is from District 12. Now, why is that important? Lucy Gray is Covey. I can't explain who the Covey are very, very quickly. They're kind of like a particular, I don't want to call them a group of people, but they have like their own way of life, their way of naming their children. A lot of them are bards, saying that, I'm kind of discounting. I'm just trying to explain it really quick. I don't want to discount it, but I'm sure there is a forum somewhere that can explain it better than I am. But she is Covey. For a while, President Snow wants to throw away his whole deal just to be with her in a creepy way. At least we don't see that in the movie, right? Because we're not in his head. She ends up disappearing at the end. They have like a weird, I don't want to give too much away of that one because, you could watch that movie. It's been out forever. But they have like a little weird falling out and she disappears and nobody knows what happens to her. And after that movie came out, a lot of people were speculating that she was somehow related to Katniss. Suzanne. And boy, do we find out. In like the first 2 chapters, she wastes no time. So many names. I'm like, I'm sorry. Did you say Everdeen? That's right. Katniss's dad was one of Haymitch's best friends. I'm going to say this again. Because knowing that information and knowing what you know about the Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay, Katniss's dad, whose name is like Burdock, something like that, was Haymitch's best friend. So much so that when Haymitch came back from the Hunger Games and his whole life was basically lit on fire, torpedoed, thrown in the trash, his whole life just blew up. It just blew up. He was the last person to still try to be his friend because in the book, Haymitch, because I mean, Haymitch tells you this in The Hunger Games, that he lost his entire family. You know, his entire family, his mom, his little brother, who was like 10. There was a fire at their house, and they were trapped inside the house while it was ablaze. And that's like the day he comes home. He's still in his Capitol clothes. The day he comes home, their house is ablaze, and his mom and his brother are inside. I can't. And then you think, oh my God, well, you think, well, what? And then his girlfriend, oh, we love her. She's awesome. She is Covey. His girlfriend is Covey, like Lucy Gray, like Katniss's dad, and then possibly Katniss. I think she's a descendant of Covey, because in the first couple of chapters they say that Burdock Everdene's cousins are Covey. So, you know, and he sings. We all know that. He actually sings a song in the book at the funeral for Haymitch's family. He sings the old there before from the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes that we see Lucy Gray sing while she's being attacked by the snakes, and she's singing the song. Katniss's dad sings it at the funeral. But anyway, his girlfriend's name is... Why am I forgetting his girlfriend's name? What is it? I don't know why I forgot. Duh, it's Lenore Dove. Her poem is The Raven. I mean, come on. Like, so. Anyway, his dad passed prior to his Hunger Games. Prior to his birthday, illegally raped. I'm not going in chronological order, but he was illegally raped for the Hunger Games. He wasn't supposed to be in the Hunger Games. He wasn't supposed to be there. Remember, in the 50th Hunger Games, right? It was a quarter quell. They raped 4 kids from each district. 2 boys, 2 girls. The second boy was not Haymitch. It was this other kid. But he got scared, took off and ran, and then the peacekeepers, you know, and then his head... And then Haymitch goes to help. Well, he goes to help his girlfriend, who's there to help the family. And they just grab him and they put him on stage. Anyway, I'm still not going in order. Anyway, I was going to talk about how he then lost his girlfriend after, like, his brother and his mom's funeral. I don't even know if it's been a full 24 hours. I have to listen to it again. But he's sitting in the field, and here she comes, and they're so happy. Oh, they're so happy. And then he feeds her a poisonous gumdrop that was left in the field. And then in the field. And then it's like, and then to top it all off, we know Haymitch is a drunk. That's his whole thing. One of the first lines in the book is, I'm not much of a drinker. I'm not much of a drinker. I can't. He says, I'm not much of a drinker. Oh, it's so sad. But it's so good. Oh, I have to listen to it again. Oh, it's so sad. We also get, you know who else we get? We get Beatty. Yeah, we get to meet Beatty, young Beatty. Wirist, Mags, Plutarch, Heavensby, and Effie. This video is going way too long. But yeah, we get introduced to all of them. Poor Haymitch. I went off on a tangent and didn't explain how close Burdock and Haymitch were. So Burdock is Katniss's dad, and he was one of Haymitch's like last friends to like try and be there and try and support him and try and be his friend. Basically, Haymitch went into a hole and he pushed everybody away because he grieved for basically 24 years until Katniss showed up. But Burdock's last straw was when Haymitch throws a rock at Katniss's mom. He's like, fine, you don't want to be my friend, I won't be your friend anymore. Fine.